Hi, my name is Stephanie Anderson, and I am a foodie for Jesus. I'm feeling very, very run down and tired right now. Hence the fact that I look very run down and tired right now. So let me share a little bit about what's been going on and how my eating has also been impacted by kind of what's going on and also some of the decisions, the poor decisions that I've been making and how I've been having my priorities out of whack. So it has been a wonderful last week in a lot of ways, but it's also been really, really busy. So I had my mom and her husband just for a quick visit for a couple days. We had a wonderful time. It was great. My boys love spending time with them. I had some special time. My mom and I love to go shopping. We were able to get away for a couple hours one evening and go shopping. And it was a really nice visit. During their visit, as well as other times, in the past, I just gave myself permission to pretty much eat what I wanted to. And for once in my life, I actually have been able to moderate foods that in the past were just like massive triggers for me. But what I've realized is that I do have to be very careful. And I knew this because it is a very slippery slope. And I was reminded of that in that, in those moments it was fine. But then as I was getting really, really tired over the last few days, especially with working really long hours, is that slippery slope became a lot more slippery and I fell. There were a few nights where was working some really long hours. One night I was working till 1 a.m. and I had been eating really well all day, making really wise decisions and felt, kind of grounded and where I should be. And it got to be about midnight and I was so tired and I was also hungry. I felt like it was more of like my body was like craving food for energy rather than actually true like hunger. But it was, kind of my body was like, give me some food. So I finally was like, so I went into the pantry and I started just kind of grabbing some of my son's like easily accessible snack foods, ones that usually I don't touch, but like the animal crackers. I went in and grabbed a handful of animal crackers, then went back and got more animal crackers, and then grabbed a couple granola bars. And so I in the middle of the night, I was like really hungry, and then finally I worked about an hour longer, and then was able to go to bed and actually was able to sleep in the next day because I had been taking the following day off to be with my mom. So that happened, and then last night I was working late again, and that was just a bigger train wreck. Like some of my old behaviors started to show up more. So to the extent that I had to run an errand earlier in the day, and I picked up some candy and I hid it in my office. Now, being secretive about eating, this was classic eating behavior before, but something that I do have tendencies to be secretive about food, and that's something that I really I typically end up telling my husband about it because I need to kind of come clean and just say, hey, look, I was secretive about it. And so now my husband, as well as many, many other people, know that, hey, I was hiding food yesterday. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, why am I doing this? I knew it was because I was tired and because I was making kind of that excuse. I was giving myself permission because I was tired. When I'm tired, I know that my tendencies across the board for different behaviors just are not good. I feel like my tongue is sharper. Like I will say things, say things that, be harsher with my words. I know that I it just the kind of the traits in me when I'm tired that I don't like, the sin just it's like it rises to the top when I'm tired. Like it's one of those triggers, and that's certainly how with the food that happened. I also know that because things have been so busy, my time in the Word and in prayer. And also because I've been working so late, my husband and we typically pray together in the evening. We pray before meals and then, sometimes in the morning we're able to do devotions, but usually it's in the evening when we have prayer time together. Well, because I've been working so late, we hadn't had that. So I really wasn't anchored where I should be. And I started relying on Stephanie for things. And that's a mess. That's where things got messy. That's where I really, so whether I'm run down or not, I need to be anchored. And that's where it's it's the hard times that sometimes the scary truths come out. So the times when I'm tired, that these things come out that I realize how susceptible I am to the temptations and the sin related to food. Now, I am in a different spot right now because I can look at it and be like, wow, that was really stupid of me. I learned from it. I'm able to share about it openly, not without a bit of a ding to my pride, and not that it's super easy to do, but I'm able to, like, okay, that happened. I know what I need to do. I just need to get anchored back. I need to be more grounded in the word, and have been texting with some friends this morning and asking for prayers and just sharing, but just wanting, getting back to that anchor and knowing that I was trying to rely on myself. I can't do these things on my own. And that's what Foodie for Jesus is all about. But yet I had a window of time there, of a few days where I was freewheeling on my own and I was trying to do it. And I was reminded that I can't. I was also reminded that both with strength, but also for rest, I need to turn to the Lord. So the verse that came to mind as I was thinking through what I want about this video blog today, the verse that came to mind was Matthew 11. Verses 28 through 30, and it's absolutely beautiful. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Wow. I mean, that's what I should be turning to. There is no snack food. There is no candy. There is no person. There is no activity. There is nothing that can promise that. And nothing other than the Lord. And that's what I need to be turning to. But yet, in my sinful nature, I was trying to rely on myself. I was trying to get my energy and my rest from junk food. I was trying all those different things, and it was a rude awakening, but an awakening that I needed. And it also is so much easier to get back on track knowing how this journey has been. I've gotten so used to finding that comfort in the Lord and that strength in the Lord, that when I start to take it for granted, or when I start to think that somehow it's coming from me, that's when I mess up. That's when I trip. That's when I fall. And that's what happened. I got tripped up. And so I'm still tired. I'm still feeling run down. I'm still feeling like I need to take a shower, which is going to happen shortly. But I do feel this conviction of where I need to be spending more time and where I need to be anchoring to. So if you're in a spot, whether you're tired or whether there's some other scenario or situation or feeling that can get you in trouble with whatever sin you might be struggling with. For me, I mentioned food, that just being one of them that comes to the surface when I'm tired. But remember where your true rest, where your true strength needs to come from, and that's from the Lord. Thank you so much for joining. I look forward to next time.